We're live. Well, not live. I'm live. You're going to be watching the playback of this. I'm still kind of looking over there sometimes because I'm used to having my fancy DSLR camera, but because most of the time I keep myself in the corner, I figure I don't need a big fancy camera with all the extra cables that it takes. I'm just going to use a Logitech webcam. It's not going to affect my views. So we're in Montana, heading into Idaho. We're going to finish up that trip, or at least a part of it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get political, and that's why there's the warning in the title. So if you don't like it, don't be a fucking snowflake. Be like an iceberg from the 1500s, rock solid, little heat doesn't make you melt. What am I hauling? A bunch of trucks, couple trucks. That's good. So, about that FBI raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. What about that shit? You know what's really fucked up about politics and people that are heavy into politics, which I can be, is why does it seem like nobody can think for them fucking selves? Why is it when I'm in the middle and I watch the people on the left all agree on the same fucking talking points, and when... I guess I can't go there, can I? And then when you have all the people... Or maybe I can. What happens if I'm just like, you know what? I make my own rules, like Trump does. I'll just go here anyways. I did this once and I crashed into an invisible wall. True story. And then you have all the... I'm still looking over there. Then you have all the people on the right always talking the same talking points. And I'm like, there is no goddamn way that every single leftist and right-wing conspiracy nutcase believes the same fucking bullshit on everything. It's impossible. I love hearing how every liberal is like, oh my god, Trump tried to build a wall. It's so racist, but come on, it's okay to kill these babies. You know, with abortion. Everybody's on the same page. How is there not one liberal that's like, yeah, no, I'm not okay with abortions? How is there not one liberal that's like, well, you know, the wall might be a good idea. It might seem a little bit expensive and don't know how effective it would be, but it doesn't seem all that crazy. It would probably be better than trying to hire an extra couple of several thousand troops to monitor the border. Like, whatever the case may be, right? And I'm here sort of like in the middle. Well, first of all, I'm Canadian, so a lot of you are going to be like, your points don't even matter. It's called an opinion. Deal with it. I just think it's weird because I'm in the middle and I'm like, there's some things on the left that I'm like, yep. And then some things on the right, I'm like, yep. And then no, not quite equally. And I'm just like, I don't get it. And this is why I started lashing out at both parties. I'm lashing out at the libtards and the fucking Republicans. All of them. Fuck them all. Because the whole thing is bullshit. You can't voice your opinion and say something in a calm fashion without everybody losing their fucking shit. It's like the FBI raid. I said, oh, the FBI raid. I wonder if it was really warranted. I wonder if they're going to try to, you know, plant some evidence there. Or if it's just because Don the Con is a crook, tried to overthrow an election and, you know, incited an insurrection on January the 6th. You kind of play not both sides or devil's advocate. You just say, is it something way on this side that's going to happen or on this side? You say it very calmly. You don't name call or attack anybody that was talking a different point of view. And people lose their shit from both sides because I say, was it this or that? So you have the people from both sides attacking me, which is fine. I really don't care. But it does make me laugh because me, honestly, my opinion, which doesn't really fucking matter, is chances are it was probably warranted based on what I've seen and heard over the years. But again, I can't claim to know that for a fact. I haven't shadowed him, Trump that is, ever. I don't know what he's done or not done. You can only go by what is in the fucking news, and I don't believe every goddamn thing that I see, hear, and read. So I'll watch things like CNN News and Fox News and other news outlets from around the world. Okay? I like to watch from different angles, different perspectives. And I'll just listen to what's going on. And this is what's been going on a lot on Twitter. Twitter is a place I spend a lot of time because I don't really hang out with people. People are fucked up. So I like to be able to just pick up my phone, go on Twitter, see some shit, have a casual chat with Tom Green or William Shatner or Sergeant Slaughter or something like that, and then be like, you know what? Fuck all this other political shit, because a lot of people have been following me over the last couple of years that I've been active on there. And I was poking fun at Trump for the Trumpy stuff that he was doing while he was in office. But then Biden took office, I started poking fun at him, you know, like how he can't climb up a flight of stairs on an airplane or bicycle properly. He's always stumbling and falling. But people make fun of Trump for his appearance. What the hell is going on here? Oh, that's right. I wanted to do a little detour to make sure that I catch this here. Because as I'm driving, what did I want to do? Why did I want to go there? I think it's because I wanted to gas up. That's a bit of a challenge now. So anyhow, I started making fun of Biden a little bit, and people are like, oh my god, I thought you were a resistor. Why are you talking to these Trump tards? I'm still looking over there. And I'm like, first of all, I never said I was a goddamn resistor. That shit is a bullshit term. I'm not resisting anything. I'm resisting backhanding you virtually on Twitter right now. That's what I'm doing. I said, I can talk to whoever I want, whenever I want. I'm not going to be told who the fuck I can talk to and not talk to. I've actually had people on Twitter say, I'm going to unfollow you and block you. You're a traitor because you are talking to all these maggots. I'm like, bitch, I've always been talking to the maggots. Whoops, there's one right there. Doesn't know how to drive. I took him out. I've always talked to everybody. And I like I said, cracking jokes, making cringy comments. And not a lot of people will understand my full motives, and they don't need to. I don't need to explain myself to anybody. I'm having fun. What the hell's he thrown in there? Alright, I guess I should be paying attention here. Maybe I shouldn't have. Oh, well, there you go. That's a little problematic right there. Oh, how come I can't turn? Yeah, because, you know, fucking light post. And that's why a lot of times I will drive in third person like this, because what ends up happening is it makes it a lot easier for me to see what's actually going on, because I don't have one of those Tobii cameras. Otherwise, I would just be able to, because like in real life, I can't drive the steering wheel and like look in my mirror. I mean, I do have my mirror at the top right. I'm just severely distracted right now because I'm rambling on big time. There we go. Great, now I'm ramming into a... Oof. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. Is the whole thing... What the hell is he throwing out? That's it. He's throwing out all the votes. So that's what it is. I do cringe, like, you know, sort of comedy comments, whatever you want to call it. I'm just having a good old time, really. And I have friends that are hardcore, die-hard Trump supporters, truckers, waving the flag and all that shit. And I love them. I don't love Trump, but I can still enjoy and appreciate the person who's into it. It's like, I don't like fucking pickles, especially the ones from McDonald's. That shit's nasty. But if you like them, that's okay. I don't want you to die a horrible death just because you like that fucking sour bullshit. Again, that's ridiculous. Oh, shit, so is that. Looks like I had... Give me a second here. This is ending up to be a nightmare. Holy macaroni. Okay, well... It's a part of the challenge. I'm still looking in the corner. Hey, for 2 years I had my camera there. It's a little bit hard to break that habit. All I'm saying is, you know, that expression, you do you. Like, do your thing. Believe in what you believe. If you think it's a raid, great. Call it a fucking raid. I had some people that got butthurt because they're like, it wasn't a raid. And it's like, well, they did kind of raid his place and took some shit that it looked like he shouldn't have done. But, right? There's nothing wrong with me saying whatever it is I might be thinking. That he probably fucked up, to keep it simple. And for you to say, well, I don't think he did because of this, because of that. And then if you bring whatever reason you have for thinking so, that's cool. Do we need to fucking kill each other over it? Because we didn't agree on that talking point? That's the part that bothers me more than anything. Really, it's unbelievable. I'm almost starting to think that people that are heavy duty into politics is almost like a cult, because they all follow each other like brainless fucking sheep. They all say the same shit, and nobody has the balls to talk outside and jump out of the box and say, you know what? As a somewhat left-leaning person, I'm kind of open-minded a little bit to the wall. Let's look into it. What's wrong with saying that over just, boom, knee-jerk reaction and everybody going, oh my god, it's racist. The wall is racist. Oh, Lord, save us all. That's a weird thing going on right there. But I enjoy getting all heated up and worked up on Twitter. I actually really do. Because at any time... Oh, my phone's charging. That's how long I was on Twitter for. I can just be like, you know what? Forget that shit. And then it can get exhausting, too, in some ways, because I can say something that I feel just because it's that feeling that you feel. So you share how you feel. And people will be like, well, what about this? It's like, well, I don't know. I just know this. Doesn't mean I have all the goddamn answers, right? I'm not Einstein, nor am I claiming to be. So it's okay not to necessarily be able to explain yourself properly. That doesn't mean you're full of shit either, just because of that. But yeah, it's no wonder there's some people I know on YouTube. When they stick to games or anything like that, they do not talk politics. But I know a few people that do. And their channel is growing big time. Because it's a big part of everyday living for a lot of people, right? Politics, religion, or the lack thereof can shape and truly form who you are. It can really give an insight as to what a person is or what they're about. Not that you should judge them, but you can get an inkling of someone when you go on Twitter and you got the dude flexing a pump action shotgun in one hand and an AR-15 in the other hand. MAGA, or hashtag MAGA, hashtag 2A, Trump 2024, still my president. And you've got an eagle with the fucking American flag for your background profile. I'm gonna start absolutely judging you. Not that you're a piece of shit, but I'm absolutely going to be like, yep, we got one of them. And then you go through his profile pictures and you're like, where's that pickup truck with the big massive tires? And it's there. And it's there. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Just an observation. It's a stereotypical observation, and it's funny when you're correct. Just like when people go, man, you sound really sensitive. Let me see if you have, your pronouns listed in your Twitter bio. And then they do, and you're like, I'm just saying. It might be rude to say it, but what happens when it's true? It becomes a fact. And as Ben Shapiro would say, facts don't fucking care about your feelings. And I'm kind of in the middle of all this shit. Your Steven Crowders with the show Louder with Crowder. Your Matt Walshes, your Ben Shapiros. I don't agree with like 80, 90% of the shit that comes out of their mouth. I don't think they're dumb. We're in Idaho. I don't think they're dumb at all. Just because I don't agree with someone doesn't mean they're stupid. But I still like to watch them, to listen to them, because it challenges my way of thinking. If I just see things from one side, I go, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I could see that. But then all of a sudden I listen to one of those guys and I'm like, I never really looked at it that way. Or you kind of did, but you didn't really dig deep into it. And then you see, as they explain why they feel the way they do, and then you're like, okay, well, you still might come to the conclusion of, well, I still don't agree with you, but at least you fucking see. So what, they want to weigh me again? Now that I'm in Idaho? They're like, after all them potatoes, you've blown over the weight limit. Yeah. So they explain why they feel the way they do. Sorry, I got distracted there. And at least you see where they're coming from. That's what I was getting at. I like not agreeing with someone, but at least seeing why they feel the way they do. Right? Nothing is worse than when someone is trying to take away how you feel about something and trying to make you feel like you're guilty or wrong for doing so. Within reason. I mean, there's some people that are into some weird shit, some disgusting shit, like Jared the Subway guy. There's no excuse for that. So there's definitely an exception to the rule, where I don't care what his excuses are, you're a disgusting fucking piece of shit. Right? But this is politics. And, you know, like that whole QAnon conspiracy theory. I was like, what is this QAnon shit? What is it? So instead of just knee-jerk reaction, oh, crazy Alex Jones-like conspiracy theory, let's just make fun of it. No, how about we research it? Let's look into it to see what it is. Hollywood elitists, sex trafficking of children, mainly through Democrat people. Hey, come on now. I'm sure there's equally as many perverts on the Republican side of things. Have you seen how Trump has talked about his daughter over the years? Okay, I'm just saying. And then Biden sniffing young girls' hairs. It's fucking creepy shit. Okay? See? It goes both ways. I take jabs at everybody. And then good old Bill Clinton hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. You'll have these people that have like Bill Clinton on their profile picture, like how they just love him or they talk about him a lot, and they'll make fun of Trump for hanging out with Epstein. It's like, you know, Clinton did that too, right? And that's the hypocrisy a lot of times. Just because your guy did the same shit doesn't excuse his behavior. He doesn't get a pass because of that. That is some ridiculous shit. I just call a spade a spade. Sometimes I might make a mistake and call it a club, but my intent is good. It really is. Or at least I hope it is. I mean, I am human after all, right? Sometimes I think people look into things too much either. It's like that girl, and I don't like her. Lauren Boebert, however you pronounce her name. She made a comment about Biden, talking about the Bible. May his time be short and near, or something like that. There's a quote from the Bible. May his time in office, or, you know, referring to Biden, but it was a quote, scripture from the Bible, and if you keep looking into it, it talks about death. But she didn't say the next verse. You can say something like, oh, man, I hope Biden's, office day in the White House is a short one, because this is getting old. I don't know, there's different ways of looking at that. People that just overlook things and assume the worst out of every statement, assuming that it means a horrible death. Or that it just means like, this feels like forever. So obviously, if you're a Trump supporter, it's going to feel like forever since Trump was president. Right? So did she really mean, I hope he Aladdin's? I don't know, man. I didn't look at it that way at all. Everybody else on Twitter did, and even though I don't like her, and people started making fun of how she looks and all that stuff, and I was like, that's funny. Make fun of how she looks, but when people are making fun of Hillary, you lose your shit. But you're doing the same fucking thing. You're no better. You are no better. You're equally just as much of a fucking scum. Except now you're a hypocritical scum. I'm probably not even making any sense, and that's okay. Because I know what I mean. I'm not going to expect anybody else to know what I mean, what I'm talking about. But to keep it simple, which I'm not good at doing, the world is fucked. People are fucked. And it's ridiculous how most people just can't get along if they don't see things eye to eye on a political, religious level. It's quite wild. As soon as you start questioning something, you're a bigot. Doesn't work that way. This day and age, I definitely don't like. I miss the early 2000s, which was still a point in time where not everything was offensive and racist and just wild. But anyways, so about American Truck Simulator. Say I used this game because normally that rant that I did, see, a lot of people are going to be like, wait, why'd you do this? Well, it's simple. This was going to be just a political rant, which it ended up being one through and through. But rather than just staring at my bald pumpkin head, blowing up, taking up your entire screen, I thought I would have gone for a virtual road trip through Montana into Idaho while I'm talking to give you something to look at. Really, that's what it is. I love playing this game, going for a drive, got my steering wheel and all that, getting distracted, crashing into people, like posts and all that, and nobody gets hurt. Seriously, I love doing this, especially with a game like this. Like I said, the moment-to-moment driving. There's only so much you can talk about. I've said this before, okay? There are vehicles in the opposing lane. Oh, we've just discovered Pocatello. Road seems pretty flat, evenly colored, like a charcoal grayish black. The sky is blue. Your American flag is flapping in the wind. And the trees are green. The bark is brown. Yeah, things are happening. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not good at talking about the game, like I said, because of shit like that. And yes, I'm going through a red light. Get over it. I just don't always follow the rules. So there's only so much that could be said about this game. But I normally don't get all, like, super heavy into politics for obvious reasons, because it's very divisive. And a lot of people will also say, you know, I didn't come to watch a video game to hear about politics and all that shit. Why am I looking down that way? I'm using this as an escape, is what they'll say. Great. I'm using this as an escape. This is my channel, last I checked. I'm definitely not for everybody. I'm definitely not for most. And that's okay, because the views on my channel, on my day-to-day videos, will show you that. Even after all these years I've been on here, things aren't really growing much. I'm doing good on an overall monthly basis, as I've discussed, and I like to talk about that, because it's true. On a monthly basis, I'm doing better than I ever thought I would. But on my day-to-day, everyday videos, you know, not so great. But I'm fucking stubborn. I don't care. 10 views. Well, I mean, I do care, because obviously more views mean more money. And, you know, if I had a lot of it, maybe I could paste some fake eyebrows on. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't like eyebrows. I actually get rid of mine myself. So there you go. Same thing with the hair on my head. I actually pray for the day that I actually go bald, so I don't have to fucking shave. I want that Dr. Phil, you know, kind of hair where I'm like 90% bald and I just need to kind of shave the sides and the back and that's it. I'd be fucking laughing. Vehicle browser. So that's going to pretty much wrap it up. Let's sort of take a look at where we are. Get hired as a profession. No, I don't want that. Use your trailer. I don't have a trailer. So we went all the way in Navajo. So I got a bunch of places here to go to. But if we pick something from here, there's some trees. Oh, that's nice. Oh, more trees. Maybe we'll find potatoes somewhere. I know that's real originally. Somewhere maybe going back. Oof, we don't want to go to Wyoming. No offense. Well, I mean, I've driven there a lot in the game. There's no need to do that. Oh, wow, Washington. I want to get back to Montana because that's still, nuh-uh, we're not going to California. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to quick travel somewhere. Somewhere, maybe in Helena, Montana. Lewistown. Let's do that. $1,000. Whew. Anyhow, that's gonna be it for this video because I'm gonna save it and relax and maybe play another game and record that and not talk about what I just talked about because I don't want to overdo it. But this has always been a part of who I am. It also as the viewer, I say viewer because there's no way there's viewers. It's not plural. I get it, and I'm okay with that. As the viewer watching me, this also, for some people, will give you an insight as to a little bit about my personality outside of just reading patch notes and going, yeah, this game looks pretty cool. Yeah, I think you should buy it. Most people don't care to know more about the YouTuber other than what they think about a video game, especially when you're following a video gaming YouTuber. But unfortunately, I'm trying to be a little bit more of a personality overall and not just be about the video games because I'm not just about the video games. It's really as simple as that. So there you have it. If you liked the video, which I doubt you will, but that's okay. Go ahead, give it a thumbs up as it does greatly help. I love that sound. That's why I could never go electric. Yeah, so if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. You didn't like the video. I don't blame you. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, that's the ultimate. Go ahead. Naturally, that would be great. But if not, fuck, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.